Say hello to Hyundai's Ioniq 5, an electric, battery-only crossover that starts at 37 grand, rising all the way to 42, 43, depending on what options you have. You've got a choice of 2 batteries, 2 or 4-wheel drive, and while it's not the prettiest car in the world, it does have a sort of crisp, futuristic modernity. So the question I'm going to be asking today, and that's why we've got to test the Model 3 here, is the Ioniq 5, with all its cleverness and its lower price, as good or possibly better than the Tesla Model 3? And that is a big ask. Let's start with the details.
These cubist lights and stern angular front radiate much more aggression than most electric cars. The diamond-cut alloy rims are really distinctive, just make sure you don't curb them. And where have we seen those flush door handles before? Ah, I remember, on Teslas.
I like this, the charging point as a piece of art. You just press it, and you've got your indicator here that tells you how much charge you've got. You don't need to look at your phone. And to close it, show me a fuel tank that's that groovy. And at the back, you've got more design flourishes that remind you of Dan Dare and Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds, and I know all that dates me, but it is nothing if not striking. And the boot, well, the boot is huge. Enough for all your shopping, 500 and something litres, and the seats go forward, obviously, and also recline. And the quality is really, really good. More storage in your trunk and front. Not much, but it's something. This is a bit disappointing here. On the Tesla, you could do it from your phone. Much easier to open. The interior is, in a word, lovely. It's just such a clever use of space as well. You've got these 2 screens, but lots and lots of buttons. Touching down here, volume controls, the start button. But it's the cleverness of the use of space. Look, this goes all the way back, so you could walk through there if you wanted to. You've got a cubby hole here, that disappears. You've got one down here. And this isn't a glove box, this is a drawer out of your grand's dresser. And if, like me, you want to leaf through a handbook of an evening, this one would break a window.
There's a single phone wireless charger down here. The software supports Apple CarPlay. You can access all the energy data you could ever possibly need, plus there are lots of responsive, intuitive and genuinely clever features that are easy to use. I'm not sure about the ambient sounds package though. You can choose from Open Air Cafe, Snowy Village, Lively Forest, yes, seriously. Beats me why anybody would want to listen to the recorded noise of an open air cafe while they're driving, but maybe it's my age.
The back seat is great. I'm quite tall for my age, 6'2", and you can see plenty of room. And there's room on either side for 2 fully formed adults. But the Hyundai Ioniq 5 has a tragic flaw. This seatbelt buckle on either side here isn't secured to anything. So as you drive along, and because this car, being electric, is as quiet as a hamster in Hush Puppies, that noise burrows into your brain like a red-hot stiletto. Hyundai, sorted.
The rear has 2 USB ports, but they're not the latest USB-Cs. But this is really handy. A domestic 3-pin plug socket. You can use this to charge your laptop, warm things up, turbocharge your air conditioning, and do a spot of in-car DIY. With a little imagination and an extension cord, you can power virtually anything.
Or even as a power source for your electric garden tools. You missed a bit.
But this is no compact town toddler though.
Using our special Range Rover Sport measuring device, you can see that the Ioniq 5 is a big car, but the most important thing is it doesn't feel it. This doesn't drive like a hippo. On the road, it is disarmingly sweet to drive. Crisp steering, nice sweet turn-in. The ride's really good. There's a bit of jiggliness on broken surfaces from the front, but nothing serious. Good modular brakes. And if you throw it around, it's actually really quite nice on the corners. Put into sport, 0 to 60, 5 seconds, which is quick by anybody's standards. So I'm really surprised at how nicely it drives. This is really clever. When you indicate, you see the blind spot projected by a camera onto the screen in front of you, so you don't clip any cyclists or run over any donkeys, camels or horses that happen to be in that blind spot. Really, really bright idea, and again, why can't every car have this? You'll be impressed with the fit and finish too. You just want to kind of stroke and caress all these materials and fabrics. It does feel much, much better than a Tesla interior, which is very austere in comparison. In fact, I'd go so far as to say this is chasing the cabin ambience of Audi, which is a real compliment. Just lots of aluminium, lovely straight stitching, and just feels really, really good. This is definitely premium cabin stuff. A word on batteries. You have 2 battery options with the Ioniq 5, a 58 kilowatt hour and a 73 kilowatt hour. Obviously with all EVs you go for the biggest battery possible because it is all about range and miles per charge. This has got an onboard charger, so if you hook up to a rapid charger you should get from 0 to 80% in around half an hour, which isn't bad. Range-wise, I've been getting 220 miles to one charge, driving, dare I say it, quite briskly, so a reasonable real-life expectation might be about 250 miles to one charge, which is fine for most people. So then, the burning question, is the Hyundai Ioniq 5 as good as the Tesla Model 3? Well, in many ways it's actually better. It's got a better cabin ambience, it's better built, it's got more space, and it's cheaper. But, and I think it is a big but, it doesn't feel as special, it isn't as fast, and it doesn't handle as well as the Model 3. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a very, very good mid-range EV, and if you want one of those you should absolutely go out and buy the Ioniq 5. But what it doesn't do that the Tesla does so well is tickle your heart with delicate fingers.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you think of the Ioniq and my road test in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.